All right, ladies and gentlemen, back out to Baker, Florida at the Course Shooting Center. In this episode, Jim and Melissa are going to talk about the necessary equipment that you need to shoot long-range precision competition.
Hey everyone, it's Melissa and Jim Gilliland of Shadow 6. We are here at the beautiful facilities of Course Shooting Solutions down here in Baker, Florida. In this episode, we'd like to go over more about how to get into the competition and the basic gear that you need when trying to shoot these.
So we've covered basic gear a few times in the past seasons, all right? But essentially what you're gonna need to get into at the beginner level of this competition stuff, whether it be a PRS series or whether it be just a practical precision long-range shooting, all right? You're gonna need a good rifle, preferably with a detachable box magazine of some type that holds 5 or more rounds, 10 being better, all right? That can be an essential. It needs to have accuracy capable of at least a minute of angle or better. Of course, the better it is, the better you're going to do, but with a true 1 minute of angle shooting rifle, you can actually do fairly well at these matches. You need a good scope to go with that. You need a scope that is clear enough to see targets at all different ranges under different lighting conditions. You need a scope that has a reticle inside of it that has some type of a measuring device in the reticle so that you know where a certain measurement is inside, and that's for your holdovers or hold-offs. And then most importantly, you got to have a scope that has good mechanical return to zero capabilities. You need it to track properly, because if you turn your scope up to shoot a distance and you come back and you don't go back to the correct place, you're going to suffer pretty greatly because of that. Those two things together, you're going to need a good ammunition. Your ammo needs to be very consistent, and there are plenty of places that have, store-bought ammo. Hornady makes good ammo, Black Hills makes good ammo, and a few other places like that. So there are places where you can get factory ammo. Of course, hand loads, generally speaking, are better, but there are factory, options out there for you. The next thing for, other little kit things you need a good backpack to carry your stuff in, because you're going to have to carry extra things, your ammo and things like that. You're going to need a couple of shooting bags, whether they be rear bags for underneath the buttstock, or whether they be a larger bag, like Armageddon's fat bag, to go underneath your arm or between your elbow and your knee when you're doing some of the barricade work. And then an armband of some type, or tape or something to keep your data on your arm. So the last thing you want to do is be going back and forth in a data book or on a Kessel or something like that, trying to find out what your next dope is for your next target. And then probably just as important that I would say you have to have is some type of ballistic software. Miss and I both use the Kestrel 4500 NV with Applied Ballistics or the Horus software or something like that. But there's a lot of good apps that you can get on your phone. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but that is probably just as much a must as anything else that you can get into, unless you've got a really, really good data book and you've been shooting for a while. So basic kit aside, that's the physical things that you got to have, you need to know where to go and how to get into them. So Miss, let's talk about that for a minute.
Sure. Google. Google is a great place to start. The internet, your local gun clubs. Some of these places do know where a lot of these long-range competitions are and are located at. A really good place is the precisionrifleseries.com. Not only do they list the PRS matches out there, they also list some of these single and one-day matches that are not part of the points race. Another great place is snipershide.com. Under one of the forums there, I think they have competitions listed out. Here at Course Shooting Solutions, check out their website. It's www.courseshooting.com, and they have all the different types of competitions that they hold and the dates as well as that.
So listen, the long-range shooting crowd, the practical shooting crowd that we're in, is some of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. It's a very mature crowd. They're all about having a good time and shooting. And there's a lot of competitive nature into it as well, as there always should be in a competitive sport. But it's not something that you just absolutely couldn't get into and enjoy. So please come out, learn a few things, and maybe we'll see you on the range. Until next time, you guys hunt the wolf.
Protect the flock.